The Fremont Cannon, college football's largest and most expensive trophy, is up for grabs. And now it's time for the coin toss, and it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything.
Turner deep to
Both teams have sent their special teams onto the field, and we're ready for the opening kickoff. Excellent kick. He's to the 20, and down he goes at the 22. Nevada's coaching staff, the fans, I think everybody's been waiting to see this kid play, and here he is.
Well, he's a star quarterback. He seems to bring everything to the table. The crowd, I think, senses he's ready to have a big day. And when your star quarterback feels good and playing at home, and he gets off to a good start, some big things can happen for this offense.
And they make the stop at about the 31. They go with a run, and that'll be a gain of 9.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
It's 2nd down now, and they're just a few feet away from that first down marker. Tackle at about the 27-yard line. There was just no daylight on that play, and the defensive lineman was the reason.
Well, that's one way to get involved in the game. Great stop in the backfield.
Man left, man left. 3 down. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
False start, offense.
It'll be 3rd down again after that penalty.
Yeah, now they have more yards
Still
to pick
3rd
up
down.
for the first down.
Here's 3rd and 9. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Mike 7. Mike 7.
There's a strike complete, and he's down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, that's just too bad.
Automatic
They
first
made
down.
the stop, but a flag is going to keep the chains moving.
From their own 42-yard line. First down.
Tight right. 4 down.
And they got to him before he could get back to the line.
Loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Tight right. 4 down. 7's a Mike.
And he throws it away. Third and 11 here. Ball on their own 41.
3 down. Check number 6.
He's wrapped up for the sack.
Call it a loss of 11 yards. That makes it 4th and long.
These special teams have done it before, blocking punts. It looks like they're coming after this one. Room around the corner. He makes it out to maybe the 49-yard line. He did a good job there to give his team decent field position. So the offense will come out for their first possession.
Good field position for their first possession of the ball game. Let's see if they can capitalize off of it.
Slings it. Knocked out of bounds at the 49.
No gain on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 49-yard line. 2nd down. Hands it off. Brought down at the 50-yard line.
Call it a loss of 1 yard on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Setting up blockers, or running backs got it on the screen. They'll bring him down at the 41-yard line. It's going to be 4th and inches after that long pickup on 3rd down.
Boy, what a throw by the quarterback. Almost equally excellent catch by the receiver, but the defense topped them both by coming up with a stop.
19-yard punt. Out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
I don't think either team has a clear advantage so far. Let's see if they can make some plays and get a little separation. Play fake and looking to run. And now he's going to run. Decides to slide. Well, that has got a guy behind center that can really do it all, Herbie. I mean, he's a dual threat. He can hurt you with his feet and his arm. With this guy, it's PYP. Pick your poison. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 38. He's into the open field. So he keeps it, and he gets a big first down.
The quarterback made a very good decision here not to pitch. He saw a break in the defense and just hit it for a big gain.
He's on the run. Nice run there as they work the outside. He keeps it on the option and picks up maybe 4.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 44-yard line. Taken down as he works the left for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. First down. Holmes comes in at quarterback.
Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Here he goes. He's at the 20, to the 10. What a play. Brought down inside the 5. Oh, that was one beauty of an option by that quarterback.
No question. There was no hesitation whatsoever. Once he saw that hole, he turned it upfield and left everybody in the dust.
We might see another run here as it's 1st and goal. Well, Kirk, we saw this kid head to the locker room a little bit earlier with that injury, and now we see he's back on the sideline. That's good news. Looks like he should be able to get back in the action. Now he pitches it. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
When you're that close to the end zone, it's always a smart play to find your blockers and follow them into the end zone.
And he hits the PAT. Reese Davis joins us in the studio with this update. Reese?
The Spartans came into the game ranked 7th. They're now bungee jumping, and the cord's going to break. We've seen an upset. Illinois gets the win by 7. Elsewhere, the Cornhuskers were ranked number 23. A tough, solid performance, but still a loss. Will they be able to stay in the poll? Who in the world saw this one coming? Not me. A major upset is done. Oklahoma State gets the W, 28-21.
You can never overlook any team, any week in college football. Wow. Nevada gets set to kick this one away. He really got a hold of that kick. They'll bring him down at the 19-yard line.
Kickoff return of 19 yards.
You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. First down grab. Ball is loose, fumble, and they fall on the loose ball. He's tackled at the 36.
Recovered by the defense.
That just shows you how determined this defense is. Great play by the linebacker to come up with the ball after the fumble.
Pretty good looking touchdown drive the last time these guys were out there. Nevada is up a score. He's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Nevada. Oh, my, what a run that was.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this kid is incredible. He's got the moves, the speed, the power. He's the total package.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff.
Number 11 back to return.
It's fielded at the 2. Oh, what a hit. Nevada's defense is playing lights out right now and pitching a shutout.
Yeah, I would not be shocked at all to see this defense be able to maintain this. Just the way they're playing, the attitude that they seem to be playing with, if they can maintain the energy and the awareness of this offense, there's a very good shot that they could shut this offense out.
They need to show a little giddy-up now, because if they don't start eating into this deficit, they could easily fall out of the game. Here's an opening. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 30. They go with the option and pick up the first down.
Yeah, and that was a situation where the quarterback knew he could pick up the first down if he kept it himself. That's a good decision.
From their own 30-yard line, it's first down. He's hit and got away. He's out of bounds right around the 36-yard line. And the option to the halfback gets 6 yards. He's taken down around the 49-yard line.
You know, talking with the offensive coordinator this week, he told us that he has a lot of confidence in his quarterback to make good decisions. And when he feels like he has an opportunity to put the ball up, he knows the receivers that he can count on to be able to make big plays. That's another example of that. The receiver goes up into traffic and makes a big play for a first down.
And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on second down. And he's immediately tackled.
Gain of 4 on the play. First down.
Throws out to the running back, no good.
Johnson was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 41. Throws it in a hurry. And down he goes around the 35-yard line.
Gain of 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Throws complete, and he's hit hard behind the line.
Hanson tackles him for a loss at the 38-yard line. 4th down.
He doesn't want to touch back here. He wants to knock this ball inside the 10. This punt bounces into the end zone, and this will be a touchback. Now that is showing what we expected them to do today, and this one could get kind of ugly, I think.
Yeah, this one's about to get out of hand. I don't know about at your house, but at my house, we have a 21-point rule, and if you get down by 21, we turn it over.
We're about set to start things up again. Jackson gets the carry, and he's tackled right around the 20.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 20-yard line, it's 2nd down. He's on the run. They bring the quarterback down.
That is a loss of 3 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 13.
Larry. Eat it out. Mike 7. Let's go, D.
He chucks it downfield. The defender had his hands on it, but it's incomplete. That'll make it 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
Great hold by the defense. They were expecting the pass play, and they defended it very well.
He's at the 40. He's taken down at the 33. Nevada's defense really came to play early in this football game.
Well, they've done a good job here early, but you know eventually this offense is going to start clicking. Let's see if this defense can sustain this for the rest of the game.
It's not quite a blowout, but unless they do something here, it might turn into one. Zips it to the tight end. Tackle made around the 21-yard line.
Garrett with the tackle at the 21-yard line. 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Check three.
Has some daylight. Gains his way to the 13-yard line.
Call it a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
We played 1 quarter. Nevada leads 14-0. And we're back for more action here in quarter number 2. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Quick release. Oh, had it knocked down.
That is a great play here by the corner to be able to knock that football away. Many cases, you'll see a corner actually try to knock the football away, and he'll interfere with the wide receiver. This time, he keeps his body and arms away from the receiver and still knocks it away. That's a big-time play.
And he's taken down at the 4.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards.
1st and goal from the 3. Let's see if they can muscle this one in. Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense. Fires quickly, and they got it. Touchdown.
This team has so many potent weapons. It's tough to try to single out just one of them to stop.
And he tacks on the extra point. So a 5-play, 33-yard drive, and that's good for a touchdown.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
From the 5-yard line. Tackle made at the 32-yard line.
Returns 27 yards.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Nevada up 7 points. Tackle right around the 42-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1.
Mike 7. Go. This is 4.
And they make the stop at the 44-yard line.
That's a gain of 2. That's good enough for another Nevada. 1st down.
Come on. Mike 7.
He makes it out to maybe the 46-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 46-yard line, it's 2nd down. And they get him in the backfield for a loss.
In the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Devin's a Mike.
Throws out and through his hands.
Henderson, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and 8.
He's tackled at the 18-yard line.
Return for a gain of 3 yards.
There hasn't been too much daylight between these two teams. In games like this, some players try to press too much, and that can cause mistakes. He gets to about the 31-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So the offense will move a little
Still
bit
first
closer
down.
with that penalty. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 46. And he has it on the corner. Brought down at the 43-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 11 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
And he's level at midfield.
Boy, Brad, that was a big hit on the quarterback. I'm going to be interested to see how he responds from this hit and whether or not he comes after his offensive lineman and challenges them to start playing a little bit better.
Defense looking for another sack in this 2nd down and long situation. They go with the run, and he's taken down behind the line.
Loss of 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Gets it off as he's hit. Complete. Knocked out of bounds. Right around the 46-yard line.
That makes it 4th and long.
The Rebels had one of their key guys go down earlier, but it looks like he might be able to return. They've got 10 guys up. They're coming after the kick. From the 15. And down he goes at the 22-yard line. Nevada's offense is just clicking on all cylinders, Herbie, right now. It's everything they planned for, and it's all working.
Everything is coming together for this offense. They seem to be getting better with each series. And, this game started where this team was, they wondered if they were going to be able to move the ball against this defense. And I think right now, they seem to, as I said earlier, they seem to be growing with their confidence with each possession.
And they push him out right around the 40. First and 10. Ball on the 40. Nevada is up by a touchdown. Taken down in the backfield. The halfback just couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Now he tries to buy some time. Decides to slide. 5, maybe 6 yards there on the scramble. From their own 45-yard line. 3rd down.
3 down. Simmons and Mike. Bring out.
Got a man. He can't complete the play.
Gibson was the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 5.
He fields the punt at the 16. Brought down at the 22. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. He's out to the 30. He's to the 40. They'll bring him down at the 47.
That's a gain of 31 on the play. 1st down.
So it's 1st and 10 after the big run. Quick shot to the tailback and through his hands.
Johnson, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
They come out in a 5-wide set. What a throw for a big gain.
That is a great example of the quarterback seeing the whole field and finding the guy who had the best chance of making a catch.
From the 31-yard line. 1st down. Makes it to the 17.
Makes the tackle. Gain of 14 on the play. 1st down.
And he's hit immediately.
You can tell he's got a lot of faith in his wide receivers. Even when he's a little bit off target, they can pull it in and make something happen.
It's 2nd down now, and they're just a few feet away from that 1st down marker. Touchdown, UNLV! Well-designed play to get the halfback into the end zone.
Hey, for this guy, it doesn't matter how it's drawn up. He can make his own play as he goes along. That was a nice run.
Will be tied with the extra point. And he adds the extra point.
Is good.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff.
Brock back to return.
He'll take it from the 2. He makes it out maybe to the 26-yard line. Flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Personal foul. Clipping. Receiving team.
That's frustrating for a coach when
Still
you
1st
preach
down.
fundamentals every week and then have someone called for clipping. That penalty really is going to set them back.
You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. Takes it up the middle for a nice run. Jackson picks up about 4 yards on the play.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 17. Again, he'll get the call. Decent run here, right side.
That's the tackle. That's a gain of 5 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Mike 7, Mike 7.
He's tackled at the 25-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. They go right back to him, and this time they get him in the backfield. Maybe a yard on the run by the tailback.
One thing the coaches always say about this sophomore is that he has great lateral movement. That lets him move well behind this defensive line and get after a lot of plays in the running game.
Got it, but he's going to lose yards here. UNLV will take a timeout. That's their first of the half.
24-yard line.
They'll line it up again on third down.
Three down. Mike 7. Mike 7.
He's taken down at the 40-yard line.
I like the call here by the defense to bring the heat with the outside linebacker. It was just a better call by the offense, and that's why it's a first down.
Throws to the receiver, incomplete.
Turner was the intended receiver on the play. That makes
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
it
4 yards gained.
He took what the defense gave him that time, which is okay. It keeps the yards to go a little bit more manageable.
So far this drive, the defense has been unable to stop them on third down. He scrambled. And down he goes at about the 45. The Rebels use their second timeout.
That'll make it 4th and 6.
And he's tackled at the 27-yard line. So he got a little on that return.
Well, Brad, early it looked like there was an opening there, but the seam closed quickly.
This is the point in the game where you don't want to make any mistakes that give the other guys a reason to feel more confident going into halftime. They'll knock him down for a loss. And he was pretty much stuffed on that run.
You know what? That was just a nice job by the defense in stopping him before he could get going and build up momentum.
It's second down, 12 to go. Ball on 24. Flips it middle to the running back. Here he goes. He's pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 27 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 49. Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. UNLV's out of timeouts.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
One more play now before we hit halftime, so they'll most likely throw one towards the end zone here. He goes downtown, and he went way up, and he's got the interception. So we've played 2 quarters. We're deadlocked right now at 14.
Glad to have you with us in the studio for the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis and David Pollack here, completely locked in on that first half. The first half was a clinic in the running game. Not only were the double teams executed properly by the offensive line, they reached the second level. A pretty demoralizing first half for the defense.
Yeah, because stopping the run's about being physical. And so you know that it's man on man, and you got to push that other guy back. And when you're getting pushed around consistently, and then you go, okay, they're killing us with the run. We got to come up. We got to bring an extra guy in the box. And they're still destroying you. Absolutely, 100%. It becomes psychological, and you got to find ways to stop the run because that's the easiest play to do. They're not even having to pass the football, Reese. They're just being able to run it over and over and over again. And if I'm them, I keep running the money play, which has been the running game the whole first half, and it's going to continue to be successful unless you man up and start getting some penetration.
David and I will stay locked in on everything going on in college football. It's going to wrap it up here in the studio. Just about time to get you out to your second half. Brad and Kirk ready with a call.
Heading into the third quarter now. Tie ball game as we're set to resume play. It's fielded at the 2. They'll bring him down at the 29.
Kickoff returns 27 yards.
You don't want to squander any possessions, but maybe now's the right time to dip into your bag of tricks a little. Think about some gadget plays to catch the defense napping. Tackle after a decent run up the gut.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Gets it. He's in space. And he's taken down around the 43-yard line.
Mitchell on the tackle at the 43-yard line. First down.
First and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line. Got a man. Watch out here. Steps out of bounds at the 42.
Gain of 1 yard. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Quick throw, incomplete. Wanted his receiver.
Sullivan, the intended receiver on the play.
Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 33. Darts it to the left. Almost picked off.
Incomplete. Williams was the intended receiver on the play. 4th down.
He'll try to knock this punt down inside the 20. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. A lot of times you'll see teams start to clench up a little bit when games stay close well into the second half. You need to stay loose, keep doing what you've been doing all week in practice, and execute when it's time. And he's tackled around the 20-yard line.
No gain on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 20. Stays in bounds to make a nice catch.
First down.
Too tight. 4 down. 7's Mike. Good. Run.
He makes it out to maybe the 36-yard line.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 36. Brought down right around the 38-yard line.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. 3rd down.
You don't want that. Three down. Mike 7.
And he shoved out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 4th and 4.
Tackle at the 32. Nice yardage on the run back.
11 yards.
I think it says something about the quality of the preparation of both teams that we're into the 3rd quarter and nobody's been able to pull away. Both sides seem to know what to expect. Quick strike to the receiver. Tackle at the 37-yard line. That last pass was good for maybe 5 yards.
The play action froze the defense just long enough for the quarterback to get the ball to the receiver. Nice play.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on their own 37. And they make the stop at about the 39-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Call it a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. Throws it out right to the running back. They'll bring him down at the 45-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker. Nice run there.
This kind of execution from an offense can really affect the defense and their psyche. That's the 2nd time on this drive alone they've been able to convert on a 3rd down. This defense has got to be able to kind of gather themselves and try to find some confidence, and somebody on that defense has got to be able to make a play to slow this offense down.
Throws it into coverage, and it's intercepted. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Man, that was a super play by the defender. Excellent interception and an even better return for the score.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Fielded at the 4. And he's taken down at the 30-yard line. So the offense will come back out onto the field, hoping for a little better result than that last pick 6.
Brad, it's very important that this offense put that last possession behind them and just focus on trying to put together some positive plays right now and see if they can put a drive together.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on their own 32. He's tackled right around the 40.
Gain of 8 yards. 1st down.
He's at midfield. He gets it out to about the 47-yard line.
That's a gain of 13 on the play. That makes it
From the 47-yard line. First down. And he makes it out to about the 44-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
That's a great tackle at the 49.
However, loss of 7 yards on the play. That brings up 3rd and 14.
And they'll probably try to throw here as they line up on 3rd down and 14. He makes it out to midfield. Johnson gains about a yard on the play.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 13.
Brock will be the return man. Here's the punt. No, they're going to throw it. Throws complete. He's got room to work. He's tackled at the 34. From the 34-yard line. First down. Now he's scrambling. 4 yards there on the scramble. We're at play number 9 of this current drive. Fires out quickly to the tailback. He's taken down at the 14.
Gain of 16 yards. First down.
From the 14-yard line, it's first down. Slings it to his fullback, and down he goes around the 7-yard line.
I think he could have taken a risk down the field, but he played it safe instead, and that's one of the keys to winning ball games.
It's the 11th play of the drive. Got his receiver, touchdown. A nice play as the offense gets it through the air.
Yeah, they've had some success in their short passing game, so they felt confident they could make that play work down inside the 10.
They'll line up for the extra point in an attempt to tie the game. And he adds the extra point.
Is good. Turner back to return.
They line up to kick this one away. He's to the 20. He got hit hard.
Kickoff return 24 yards.
Now's when you start to approach each drive thinking that if you take the lead, then the momentum you gain feels that much more powerful. It's caught. First down, and he's out of bounds.
Man, that is a great call and a big game, especially on an early down.
First down.
From their own 36-yard line. First down. He's going to try and scramble. He's at midfield, and he's taken down around the 49-yard line.
First down.
gets out to around the 38.
That makes it 1st and 10.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. Gets out to around the 28. So at the end of 3, 21-21 ball game. Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4.
Mike 7.
And they get him in the backfield for a loss. Maybe a yard on the run by the tailback.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line.
4 down. 7's a Mike. Go.
He gets out to about the 25-yard line.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Roger. 4 down. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
Throws complete. Big loss.
Called a loss of 5 yards on the play. That makes it 4th and 12.
And it's the offense that takes the field on 4th down.
3 down. Mike 7.
Got it. Complete, and he's out of bounds.
That is not easy to stop. The quarterback hit his man on an out route, and the defender was in man coverage. As a defender in man coverage, you cannot get beat deep, and as a result, the underneath routes are going to be there. And as you can see, it worked out great for the offense as they were looking for a new set of downs.
Huge play, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
That makes it 1st and goal.
10th play of the drive. They put everyone up on the line. Touchdown, Nevada! And a halfback took it in for the score.
Yep, he punched that in from a short distance. He had great blocking up front on that play.
He makes the PAT. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 20. And down he goes at the 27-yard line.
Kickoff returns 27 yards.
This is a pretty crucial series right here with things being so tight. Your best players have to step it up on both sides of the ball. He's going right. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
Call it a gain of 15 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 42-yard line. 1st down. Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
He's got it with room to run. And he's tackled at about the 49.
Gain of 7 yards. That makes it 3rd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the 1st down here on 3rd down. He has some room. And they push him out right around the 32-yard line.
19 yards. First down.
From the 32-yard line, it's first down. Nice run to the outside.
Gain of 5 yards. That brings up second and 5.
Pulls it in, and he's in the open field. Out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
First down.
From the 15-yard line, first down. Makes it out to maybe the 13-yard line. A 2-yard run by the halfback.
That makes it second and 8.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. A huge play, and now they're in a great position to score.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it first and goal.
It's first and goal, and they need a touchdown. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That brings up second and goal.
This is the 10th play of this drive. He tackles him for a loss.
Takes him down for a loss behind the line. That's a loss of 3 yards on the play. That makes it third and goal.
Here we go, folks. Third and goal from the 4. Quick strike to the receiver. Touchdown. That's his third toss for a score.
The one thing this quarterback does a nice job of is taking what the defense gives him. He's always looking for the open target.
I'm kind of surprised. These guys are still losing after the type of game that this quarterback's having. We'll be tied with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. So an 11-play, 73-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
Brock takes it at the 4. He makes it out maybe to the 26-yard line. This one might be
Personal
coming
foul.
back, folks.
Clipping.
Let's check out the penalty.
Receiving team.
That one will put the offense
Still
in a
first
hole,
down.
and they'll try to get some of that back on this upcoming play. And you know, it's basically like we're starting from 0 here in a one-quarter game now. Every possession is vital. Brought down at about the 21.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it second and 2.
So it's second down and about 2 yards to go. There's a little bit of happy feet down there on the field. Let's get the call.
False start. Offense.
Maybe he got the cadence wrong coming out of the huddle. The coaches have a low threshold for mistakes like that.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Mike 7, Mike 7. Check, check. Alert, predator, predator. Motion.
And he is drilled at the 14-yard line.
Loss of 2 on the play. Third down.
Man left, man left.
3rd and 9. Ball on their own 14.
This quarterback is tough as nails. Brad, he's going to sit in that pocket and give himself a chance. The only problem is, at some point, you've got to have a feel, almost that sixth sense on when to get out of there and avoid the pressure, or just to throw the ball before you get hit.
They'll bring him down at the 44-yard line.
You're always looking for the home run return, the big highlight. Didn't happen there, but he still got him a couple yards.
The offense will be hoping they can move the ball as well as they did on their last drive.
As long as this quarterback has time to throw, and you can guarantee that he'll find the open man.
Handoff on the draw. Tackle at the 42. About 2 yards there on that delayed handoff.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 42-yard line. 2nd down. Just under 3 to go in regulation. Makes it out to about the 29.
Call it a gain of 13 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Slings it. Tackle made around the 26-yard line. Nothing going on that play.
Well, here I think the quarterback needs to be a little bit more patient in the pocket. That way he can allow his receivers to get downfield a little bit before he throws it.
2nd and 7. Ball on the 26-yard line. Short pass, middle of the field. They'll bring him down at the 19.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
And it looks like they're going to bring everyone in tight for this one. There's a play fake. And he throws it away.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
Once you're set, you've got to stay that way. The slightest flinch is going to be enough to draw the flag.
After the penalty, it's now 4th and 5. Go into the end zone. Fires quickly, and he's got his receiver for the touchdown. Boy, they had to dig deep to score here that late in the 4th quarter and come from behind. And now the question is, can their defense dig in and win it for them? He splits the uprights with the extra point. So a 6-play, 48-yard drive, and they get it in for 7. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff.
Turner back to return.
It's fielded at the 2. He's to the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Nevada's coaches have got to be confident in the fact that they've got a star player in a tight situation.
And there's nothing better than having a quarterback you have confidence in these kind of situations. You know he's going to make the right read. He's going to give his receivers a chance to make a play on the ball. They're going to have a really good chance of moving the ball down the field to have a shot to win this game.
Strike to his receiver, no good.
Richardson, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 25-yard line, it's 2nd down. A little over a minute in the game. Now he tries to buy some time. Now he's going to run and watch out. Decides to slide.
Well, they didn't pick up the first down, but he saw that no one was open, so he made the right decision to tuck it and run.
And they get nice yardage on that run. Nevada will take a timeout. That's their first of the half. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 40. He's scrambling, and he's sacked. Nevada is going to have to use their 2nd timeout of the half.
On the play. That makes it 2nd and 14.
Gets it. He's in space. He goes out of bounds right around the 42-yard line.
6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
They'll line it up again on 3rd down.
4 down. Mike 7. Mike 7.
Throws. Almost picked off.
Henderson was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and 8.
Roger. Mike 7. Mike 7. Set the tone.
And if they don't convert here, then the game is over. He wants it all, going long.
Richardson getting the catch.
Under a minute left. He's looking for his man. And this will be caught. Touchdown. For the extra point in an attempt to tie the game. And he converts the extra point. Not much time left on the clock, and we've got a great one going. The score is tied at 35 apiece. They line up to kick this one away. He's to the 20. And he's taken down at the 26-yard line. There are some tired defenders out there right now the way these offenses are playing.
Well, they just can't keep up. These offenses are not only putting points on the board, they're doing it in a way that the defenses are back on their heels, hands on their hips. They are tired.
We're late in the 4th quarter. Great game, a tied football game. And the question now is, who's going to rise to the occasion? And he's immediately tackled. UNLV is going to take their first time out of the half.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's 2nd down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. He's on the run. They'll make the sack. UNLV will take their 2nd time out of the half.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Well, you can see the elation on the defensive coordinator's side of things, and why not? His defense just came up with one of the biggest stops of the game in a vital spot in this 4th quarter. That's the end of the 4th quarter, and we are headed to overtime. Fires right side. He's got his tailback. He's taken down right around the 22-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
And we're back ready now for overtime. Slings it out, and it gets tipped.
Sullivan, the intended receiver on the play.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 15. Throws quick to the receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Number 80 was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 4th and 7.
They try to get a head start there.
False start, offense.
Sometimes what happens on a false start is a lineman will see movement on the other side of the ball and be coaxed into jumping early.
So the kicker will come out and try to build a 3-point cushion here in overtime. He gets it up, and it's long enough, and it's wide right. No good.
Two times. 4 down. 7's a Mike. They go down.
Makes it to the 22-yard line. Jackson gains around 3 yards on the run.
Woo! I think everybody in the stadium felt that hit. He really laid some lumber there.
From the 22-yard line, it's second down. He's gobbled up in the backfield.
That is a loss of 1 yard on the play. Third down.
Man left, man left. Four down, Mike 7.
Fires out quickly to the tailback, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 14. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 14. Might have been some early movement up front.
False start, offense.
Just a mental lapse, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Still first down.
Watch the twist. Jevons and Mike. 288.
Quick throw, incomplete, wanted his receiver. That one might have been 6 if it wasn't for the pressure.
Great job here by the defense of getting in the face of the quarterback and making him throw the ball before he wanted to.
From the 19-yard line, second down. Brought down in the open field. There's a flag on the play.
Holding, offense.
Way too much jersey
Still
there.
second down.
Pretty easy call for the officials.
No chance. Here we go. Tie right. 3 down. Mike 7.
They bring the quarterback down.
Loss of 4 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
And now they're faced with another 3rd and long as they try to convert and move those chains again.
3 down. Mike 7. 3 down. Motion.
Deep pass to the end zone.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
The kick is up. No good. He missed it to the right. We've got a dandy here, folks. We're heading to overtime number 2. From the 25-yard line. First down. Finds his man, and they take him down immediately. Anderson picks up 7 yards with that catch.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. 7 to Mike. Mike 7. Here go.
The 10. He's tackled around the 3-yard line.
That's a gain of 15 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
It's first down, and they come to the line with a 1st and goal. Defense stacked in tight here. And he's tackled around the 4-yard line.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That brings up 2nd and goal.
Watch the flood.
Scrambling around. Decides to take it himself, and he's got it. Touchdown. So the offense steps up and gets a big 6 points here in double overtime.
And that gives them some breathing room for the time being. But I'll tell you, the way this game is being played, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this offense on the field again in a third overtime.
And he tacks on the extra point. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 25. Delivers to the halfback on the screen. He gets hit out of bounds at the 16.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That brings up 2nd and 1.
It's the tailback. The halfback picks up a yard.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
So it's 3rd down, and they're just inches away from picking up the first down. Big opening. Makes it to the 12-yard line.
Makes the tackle. Call it a gain of 3 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Try right. Four down. 49 to Mike. Mark 49.
Screen pass. He's got his halfback. Big play, and it's 1st and goal. Flag down, and I'm not sure
Personal
when
foul.
it was thrown. Let's find
Clipping.
out.
Offense.
Clipping is the call, and now
Still
they'll
first
have to
down.
find a way to make up those yards right here. So it's 1st down and an eternity. And here's a quick throw. Puts it right in his hands. Touchdown. Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. And he hits the PAT.
Attempt is good.
And if you haven't had enough yet, we're going to a 3rd overtime. Extra points are no longer allowed. And if anyone scores a touchdown, they'll have to go for 2. 1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. Screen to the back, and he can't hold it.
Number 33, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
With the carry. Gain of 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 3rd down. And they get the sack.
The offensive line has to at least slow the guy down a little bit. He was in there in no time.
That'll make it 4th and 10.
The kicker will line up and try to get the first points in this overtime. He gets it up, and he just drilled it from long range.
I know they would have rather put the ball in the end zone, but this is still big. Points are points. I think their defense is going to thrive under the circumstances.
Pass right, running back's got it. They'll bring him down at the 24-yard line.
Gain of 2nd and 9.
From the 24-yard line. 2nd down. Now he's scrambling. And they got him.
Coaches don't like it when their quarterback gets hit like that. Don't be surprised to see the old coach get on his lineman to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
Third down, and they need to get it to the 15.
4 down. Mike 7. Mike 7.
Looks like he flinched down there on the line.
False start, offense.
They'll line up for another third down play because of the penalty.
Well, here you're in a
Still
third down situation, and then someone makes a mental mistake. It makes your blood boil if you're a coach.
4 down. Mike 7. Mike 7.
Setting up blockers, the running back's got it on the screen. Knocked out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
13 yards. That'll make it 4th and 2.
So the kicker comes on and tries to send this to another overtime. Kicks away, and he's got it.
He looked totally calm there, didn't he? He knew what he had to do, and he just drilled it.
This one might never end. We're headed to another overtime.
Man left. 3 down. 3 down. 7's a Mike. Ready. Red 18.
Here's the halfback on the screen. Brought down at the 17-yard line. So they pick up quite a few yards on that play, Kirk.
Well, that was an excellent route, and he did a great job of holding on to the football.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Double tight. 4 down. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
Touchdown, Wolfpack.
That's another big touchdown. I'll tell you, these two teams have been going at it for quite some time, and it's always big late in a game like this to get yourself into the end zone in overtime and put pressure on your opponent.
Well, they're going to try for the 2-point conversion. Nevada is up by 6. He scrambles. The ball pops free. It's the running back who picks it up. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 25. Throws left. The running back's got it. They bring him down in the backfield. Not sure what the flag is about here. Let's go down to the field and find out.
Offense.
That penalty drives them back, and they're shooting themselves in the foot here.
Well, if they could just keep their concentration, they'll avoid situations like that.
It's 1st down and a lot. Catches it, and he's immediately tackled behind the line.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and long.
He's out of bounds around the 33-yard line.
Call it a gain of 9 yards. 3rd down.
From the 33-yard line, it's 3rd down. Deep ball, laying it out there. This one will fall incomplete.
That was a nice play. Anything you can do without being penalized to prevent the offense from moving forward is always a plus.
Fires that quickly, incomplete. And that should do it. Our final tally in this one. Nevada, 51. UNLV, 45. As we take a look at the highlights, Kirk, how would you summarize the action in this one?
You just can't underestimate a team when they're your rival, and today's game proved that. And nothing stings more than losing to the one team you want to beat in overtime.
That brings this broadcast to a close. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler. We'll see you soon for another edition of NCAA Football 14.